Do you ever notice that right when life starts to feel calm, something hits? It's like peace is always just out of reach. And when you finally get close, the tunnel shifts completely. And there's a new wall. This video is about that moment, when everything seems like it's finally settling down, and then the storm hits once again. I used to think it was just me, like I was cursed or failing somehow, because every time I caught my breath, chaos found a way back in. But the more I looked around, the more I realized it's not just a personal flaw. It's a pattern. So today we're unpacking the truth behind it, why peace is so hard to hold, and what that actually says about the way the world works. By the end of this video, you'll stop blaming yourself for the chaos and start seeing it as something deeper, maybe even something necessary. I've been working in admin for the past year and a half, and of that time, I've been the manager for 6 months. Let me tell you, that job is like a masterclass in fake calm. Because even when the calendar's clear, even when the team's prepared, and even when it looks like everything is going fine, someone walks in and completely flips the table. It's almost never because we did something wrong. Most of the time, it's the patient who's made a mistake. They've showed up late, forgotten paperwork, misread an email. But the frustration, it gets poured on us. Why? Because it's easier to blame something calm than to confront the chaos inside yourself. And once I noticed that, I started seeing it everywhere. Let's be real. Peace isn't natural. Chaos is. In physics, this is literally the law. The second law of thermodynamics states that every system naturally moves towards disorder unless energy is added to the system. That's not just science, that's life. Your room, always getting messy. Your mind, always being pulled in 50 directions. Your relationships, they're always drifting unless they're nurtured. Jordan Peterson said it straight. Order is not the natural state of things. You must work to keep chaos at bay. We expect peace to be our baseline, but that's a dangerous expectation. Because what if peace isn't the default? What if it's the miracle? Let's stop for a moment and zoom out. The Roman Empire, the greatest civilization of its time, fell not from one single war, but from slow, creeping decay. Cities collapsed after the order keepers stopped tending to them. Literacy fell, roads broke. The world slid back into the dark ages, not because they stopped fighting, but because they stopped maintaining. The same pattern shows up in modern life. In urban psychology, the broken window theory says if you leave a broken window unattended, more follow. It signals disorder and invites more. Your mind works the exact same way. Leave one lie, one grudge, one fear unchecked, and soon you've got chaos living rent-free. A 2022 UCLA study found that cluttered homes literally spike cortisol levels, especially in women. The mess outside reflects the storm inside, and yet we chase peace like it's permanent. We act shocked when the tunnel shifts, when the wall reappears. But look closer. Every time in history that peace was achieved, it only stayed through constant attention. After World War II, the world didn't just stay peaceful. The Cold War began. Post-tsunami, Japan only rebuilt itself through collective resilience. Even in NYC, the chaotic 70s to the cleaned up 2000s, it took decades of civic effort. Peace isn't a resting state, it's a discipline. James Clear puts it best. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So here's the truth. You're not broken because you can't hold onto peace. You're just seeing the world clearly for what it actually is. Peace isn't something you stumble into, it's something you choose and have to keep choosing. That clutter on your desk at work, that moment when everything feels like it's slipping, it's not failure. It's life doing what life does. Drifting, moving, unraveling. And your job isn't to fix it once and for all. It's to keep showing up, to keep resetting the room, to reset your mind, to do the next small thing that brings order, even when no one else sees it. Because peace isn't a place you arrive at. It's a rhythm you have to build, a habit of coming back again and again to what matters. Tim Keller said, "Peace comes not from the absence of trouble, but from the presence of God." Maybe we've been chasing peace like a finish line, when really it's a way of walking. So here's what I'm learning. Peace isn't the end goal. It's the practice. It's choosing every day to calm the chaos where you can, to pause, to forgive, to breathe. Not because the world makes it easy, but because you've decided to make it possible. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. That is what makes you strong.